Now, recently I just went on a rant on Jesse Jackson. I want to apologize. I don't apologize for what I was saying, but the last piece I put that down there. I have high respect for you. I have a high respect for a lot of the leaders of the civil rights movement that's still alive. But when they go from being that person to this kiss-up person, I begin to loathe who they are today. And I begin to cry out for them to go back to what you were. People like John Lewis and the whole entire CBC. People like Jesse Jackson, people like Al Sharpton. I've respected you for all these years. But then I see you are not on the forefront of justice no more for the American people, especially for black people. You're not on the forefront of justice no more. You're on the forefront of the work for the elite politicians, establishment politicians, and American people have rejected politicians like that. The reason we got a Donald Trump is because people are rejecting politics as usual. And what you did was politics as usual. Now, let me get off that. I got another issue I want to talk about. This issue is very important to me. And it's love. Now, I know y'all don't want to hear about love. I got to talk about love for a second. The division of America right now is for people who have different political ideology, political ideas. There's come a time when you're going to have to put that stuff to the freaking side. All right, because it's not your political ideas. I mean, if you're sitting on your deathbed with cancer in your body, you're not thinking about who's the political elite. You need your loved ones and your friends around you during that time when you're told you only got 6 months to live. We got to stop this division stuff. My brother that voted for Trump, well, my brother didn't vote for Trump. I don't know who my brother voted for, and I don't care. I love my brother regardless. But whoever my brother voted for, my love relationship has nothing to do with them. I check that stuff out the door. You are you. Your vote is your vote. And for me to slam you for how you voted is wrong on my part. That's fascism. To punish you, whether it's my thought, whether it's my words, is a type of fascism. I'm here to tell everybody that watched this show, if you're not operating in love toward that person that voted for that person, then you don't know what love is. Because true love is not just an emotion. True love is a state of being. Now, I'm not trying to preach to you, but let's just stay on the point of the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts. Everybody has it. Even Bin Laden had it. Even Hitler had it. But they didn't learn how to maximize it, or they didn't take what little love that they had on the inside of them and begin to exercise that love muscle. You got to exercise your love muscles with people who are oppressing you or people who are against you. That's when you really need to work your muscles. You don't give up and get mad and slam them and punch them and things like that. That's weakness. I hate it that people are out there campaigning. I mean, people out there are protesting without the proper licensing, without the proper paperwork, and without the proper place to do it. I am not for you going out into a major highway and blocking up the highway when the highway is needed to get people to where they need to go. People got jobs they got to go to, man. It's not their fault that Trump got elected. These people are your brothers, sisters, your aunts, your aunties that need to get to work. The poor young lady that was in the, watch this.
A protester came in, slammed her windshield that's now broken. She's visibly upset in the front seat. Someone has a bat. Someone has a bat right here. There's a couple people out here trying to keep the peace. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is the second altercation involving protesters and a motorist in the last 30 minutes. Again, we're at Alder and Grand. A protester broke the windshield of the woman's car. Here, let's see if we can get a shot of that. Corey, can you get a shot of the window? And then, Corey, I want you to move out for your safety.
Yes, Mike, we want to make sure that you and your photographer are safe.
A lot of people just trying to get their own video of it. It seems like this is a moment where it seems like the police would intervene.
A scary moment for that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. This is what motorists are extremely frustrated. This hands-off approach by the police bureau leaves them hanging out to dry out here in situations like this. This woman is by herself, surrounded by protesters, hundreds of them. Her windshield's broken. She claimed to have had an emergency that she was trying to get through for. She's visibly upset. Protesters allege that she tried to run over a kid. I can't agree with that. I was out here, and someone jumped in front of her car as she was slowly trying to drive away.
And Mike, what happened to her windshield?
It's basically
hit that with a bat?
I don't know. I just know I heard a big crash and then people running from the windshield. I believe it was a bat or someone's fist.
We have seen some of the protesters carry bats.
I'm gonna move away here. We're gonna move away here just because she is obviously visibly upset. Tears coming down her face, and again, she's just out here to fend for herself.
Nope.
Excuse me?
No police anywhere.
No police. Nope. Not one officer.
No, not that I see. Nowhere. There were a couple people.
There hasn't been one.
To try to keep the peace. I think they came in from the Shell station. They were parked at the Shell and saw something was going on, and they raced over, and that's when things escalated. That's when you saw the pushing and shoving. But just to recap, for people...
Now that is uncalled for. To block a woman who need to go to the hospital? Come on, man. That is not how you're going to get something done. That's how you're going to turn this place. That's how you initiate martial law. And then now you got the authorities shooting rubber bullets and all that kind of stuff at you. Come on, man. You got to be smarter than this, man. If you're going to protest with an end agenda. Sit down somewhere and have an end agenda to your protest. Why are we protesting? And what do we expect to get from this protest? And put it down and then find the proper place to do it. And if you're going to do it in a place, make sure there's an exit route for somebody else that need to get around there to get to where they need to go. You blocking it don't help it. You blocking it hurts it. And it hurts people, man. Stop. Now back on this love thing. That is not love. Person having a heart attack need to go to the hospital, you'd rather let them die. This could be your parents who probably voted in your favor, who probably voted for Hillary Clinton. And you're going to do something like this. Come on, people, we got to be better. Come on, America. When I started Bob TV, I started just as, talking about love and things like that. I never really thought I would be doing political commentary. I never thought my voice would mean anything for a movement. One of my number one movement is the movement of love. It's not for the left, right, it's the movement of love. You got to love people no matter what. And I know I'm going to say something that I'm going to tick you off, but Trump is president, and you got to activate your love toward him. Now, you still can be, I wouldn't say be critical, but when you see somebody step out of the wrong, you got to put it out there and let them know, hey, this is wrong and it need to be corrected. I love you so much that I'm missing church right now to talk to you people, my fellow Americans. Trump supporters. I see Trump supporters talking about, I would just run them over if I had a car. Come on, man. Really? So you have murderous thoughts, and if you were in charge, you'll run them over? And yet at the same time, you talk about God and all this kind of stuff. Where's the love, man? Will love tell you to run those people over with your car? Will love tell you pull out a gun and shoot at sight? Will love continue to beat down on Obama as a Muslim president? Come on, man. Y'all still believe in that birtherism stuff? Stop, man. All these things are narrative to throw you off. If it ain't birtherism, it's Trump is a racist. Oh, we got proof that Obama is so they come out with all these pictures and all that. Now they got, look, let's stop that. Let's stop that. Even if he was a racist. You being hard on the racist don't change the racism. A lot of people were racist at one time. And you know what changed them? Love. And I know y'all want to hear all this stuff. No, love changed people. Dr. Martin Luther King, everything he did in his movement and in his march was based on love. Everything was based on love. I tell you, take time out and hear his messages on love. His whole entire movement was based on loving the man that's oppressing us, the people that are oppressing us. Malcolm X didn't like it, but Malcolm X understood it. He took it another notch. He said, by any means necessary. And I know some of you got that kind of mentality, but still, by any means necessary. After, took over and beat over and took what's yours, the atmosphere is still hatred. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. My Republican people who hated Trump, and probably still do. You probably love him now because he's in the White House and y'all got a little more leverage. You got to love those left-wing liberals. Well, they think wrong and they think stuff and they going to take the country into... You hate them and downing them and talking about them ain't going to help. Now me, I'm a political I do political commentary. I talk about political issues and I talk about the wrongs and the right. But when it comes to people individually, like Hillary Clinton, individually, I love her. I have to love her by faith. I have to reach out. Now, I talk about some of the things that she's done. And a lot of time I talk about them because it hurts other people. And I would do the same thing about Trump. But yet personally, I pray for Trump now. I try to understand Trump now. I try to understand his campaign. I'm trying to understand his ideology. I wish I could have some of that money, but I'm not going to get none of it. But I try to understand him. I mean, I found out he had an urban initiative 10 years ago in New York to help the black community that they don't talk about on TV. I found out about the New Deal for Black America, but they don't talk about that on TV. I'm excited that he at least went to, whether he's going to do it or not, which people say, well, you don't know. I doubt if he's going to do it. Whether he did or not, at least he went through the effort to even use brain power to plan something like that. Well, it's to get votes. Well, Hillary Clinton was doing the nay and all that kind of stuff to get votes. At least he came out with a plan. He wasn't doing all that kiss butt stuff that Hillary Clinton was doing. He came out with a plan and he said he's going to institute that plan and we're going to hold him to her feet to the fire. So anyway, I'm saying all this stuff. The point of this message is, people, I don't care whether you're progressive. I don't care if you're liberal, because there's a difference between liberal and progressive. I don't care if you're centered right or centered left. I don't care if you're far right. I don't care if you're the alt-right. Most of the religious factions in life that ever been created, majority of them was founded on love. The reason America is where America is today is because we learned how to love one another. And there's a scripture say, he who does not love does not know God. For these so-called religious people who are downing the Trumps, who are downing conservatism, who are downing progressivism. But yet you're not going to love the people. And you're bashing them and calling them names. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I tell people if they do something stupid, I tell them it's stupid. They do something dumb, they dumb. I call kids dumb knuckleheads and stuff like that. I call myself dumb sometimes, but I'm not going to put down an entire race. I'm not going to put down an entire demographic. I'm not going to put down a party. I'm critical of every party sometimes. Every party. That's why I don't wear a party hat. But we got to. Green Party hating on Bernie Krats. Bernie Krats hating on the Green Party. Green Party people hating on Bernie. Bernie supporters hating on Green. Then the leftists, come on, this stuff got to stop. That is not going to help nothing. It's not going to help move the cause. We got to come together. right now. Let me stop. We got to come together. And in some cases, in the next election, got to take off that party hat. And those who believe in progressive values, and even if you're a conservative in some areas, but the conservative don't outweigh the progressive. You value more progressive issues, but you're holding on a few conservative issues. Like me. I'm up here with the progressives and down here with conservative. I got some conservative-ish values, but I got a lot of progressive values too. We got to take these hats off and come together and plan our next movement. Like I said before, how we can assist Trump when he do good things and how to push back on him when he don't. And how to prepare to get a landslide takeover of progressive issues in 2018 and 2020. Now let me get off this. That's another video I'm going to do. But yo, come on, man. Stop this hate. Stop this senseless taking it out to the street, calling yourself the not my president. That's how you get a curse on you. When you don't acknowledge who's going to be your leader and you don't pray for him. I mean, you saying not my president is not going to change him from becoming the president. He won that. He won that fair and square, and the reason he won it, and I'll talk about that later, that's why I'm doing the dumb DNC things. He won it fair and square. He didn't cheat. At least it looked like he didn't cheat. He won it because America is tired of politics as usual, and the Democrats ran a politics as usual, pathological lying, lack ethic type of candidate. And y'all thought she was going to win, and she didn't. Now that's over. That she didn't win. Clinton supporters, you can't hate the Trump supporters because they outnumbered you in votes. You got to look at your own mirror. And Trump supporters, just because you won, it'll be foolish for you to hate them. The more you love them, the more they'll be getting to understand you. Usually I target certain people that I see as opposition to me. Sometimes I target them with my love because I begin to understand why they are the way they are. I can't change it, but I can do my best to understand them and still love them as a result of it. So what I'm saying is this, is the world needs the love that's in you watching this video. The left and the right need your love. The progressive and the conservative need your love. Come on. This is not how we bring the world together with this division. We have to stop thinking about the results, and we're going to have to come together. Yeah, you still work on your agenda to take over the next 2 years and the next 4 years. I'm for that. I'm watching Alex Jones, and I normally don't watch Alex Jones, but I pray for that brother. And he's talking about how he's going into conservative areas, and they bashing him and talking him down and pulling up the gun at him. He is a white man who's been on. Yes, he's a conspiracy theorist, but some of that stuff he talk about have some proof to it. But here it is, a white conservative guy, more libertarian, who he goes into a conservative area or a city area and he gets beats on. He get put down. He get talked down, man. That's not fair. Hey, you see him? Just say, hey, Alex, what's up? And go on about your business. You putting him down is not going to do anything. It's not going to change who he is. If I see that brother right now, even though we don't agree, I'm going to give him a pound. I'm going to give him a love. And I'm saying, man, you got a hot show for that audience, man. And look, he got the setup and things I wish I had. I don't have all that stuff. So he knows what he's doing in certain areas. And he may be spewing out a lot of conspiracy theories, but hey, I've been a fan of conspiracy theories. So, it interests me. I'm not going to bring conspiracy theories here. That's not my deal. I let them do that because there's conspiracy theories on every side. Anyway, let me get off this. We gotta love these people no matter what. Not just think it, but we have to say it to them. We have to demonstrate it to them. And you gotta charge people to their hearts, not their heads. And you gotta embrace them, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. And just going to the streets with no purpose, with no mission, is foolishness. It's dangerous. And you doing that, it's not putting out the fire, it's adding fuel. Why you want to do that? You got to be smart in these things. If you're going to protest, make sure you put in the paperwork to protest, make sure you have a proper place to protest, and make sure you're not blocking the roads. If you're going to do something that's stupid, at least have a agenda where people can have an exit from your march or from your protest. Because this is hurting people that really needs help, need to go to work, need to go to job, need to get food for their kids, and you blocking the roads. So stop. I know I went over and I talked every which way but loose. Love. Love, man. Love is not a feeling. It brings feelings. You got to watch my teachings on that. It brings feelings. Feelings come out of the result of love, but love is a state of being. It's a qualified decision that no matter what, how I feel, how I think about you, I still gotta love you. Because if I don't love you, I'm not loving myself. Because you're a human being and so am I. And I can go through the same thing that you go through. Thank God I'm not, but there's not a chance that I won't. And I gotta see you the way I see myself. And I have to embrace you as if I'm embracing myself. I'm Bob TV. I'm going over. When I talk about love, I go to town because that's what I do. Anyway, Bob TV, love you guys. Peace.